A Rochester woman whose husband was left severely brain damaged has set up a website to help other families in the same situation. Judy Taylor's husband Simon is in a vegetative state, hitting his head 3 years ago. Judy has now joined 4 other women to set up a braininjury.org website. She hopes it will provide the same mutual support she's already benefited from, and she's been talking to our reporter Alex Ward.
He was standing on the back of a slowly moving van and he fell off and he hit his head. He was airlifted to hospital. We were told initially they thought there would be mild to moderate brain damage, but then we were told that in fact it was devastating brain damage and that if he recovered at all, he would never be able to look after himself or be independent. And that's actually how it's turned out, though we didn't believe that at the time. We thought, this is Simon, he's big and strong, he'll recover. It's devastating. Your whole world turns upside down in an instant and there's nothing you can do about it. Everybody, I think, feels a certain amount of guilt, and then there's just this terrible loss that he was just ripped away from us, and it's very difficult, very lonely. It's an awful thing.
With 4 other women, all of whom are close to someone who has also suffered a brain injury, you have set up this group, the Brain Injury Group, with its own website. Tell me about how you met them and how you came to decide that this would be a good thing to do.
Yeah, Simon was at a London hospital for about 3 months, and then he was moved to the Royal Hospital for Neurodisability at Putney for assessment and possible rehabilitation. He moved there in the October 2008, and it was there that I met the other 4 ladies. Up until that time, we'd had to deal with professionals, if you like, who are very good at detailing the medical things, but not so much the emotional support. And really, although we had, the family and friends to lean on, we didn't really know anybody else who was in exactly the same situation until we went to Putney and I met the other 4. And I can't tell you the impact it had on me, just knowing that there was somebody there who knew exactly what I was going through because they were going through it too. So together we decided that there wasn't very much out there. We'd all of us come home from intensive care and looked on the internet and Googled things like tracheostomies and craniectomies and that kind of thing, but there was just nothing for anybody to say, I hear you, I'm here, I know what you're going through. So we thought we would do it.
Because you literally have cried on each other's shoulders at points, haven't you?
I think I came to the group slightly later than the others. They'd all been there longer than me. And I was still at the stage of crying nearly all the time because it's so hard to deal with. And we found, we do understand, we know exactly what the others are going through when we're having to deal with new infections or having to deal with primary care trusts and that kind of thing. I think it's so important that there's just someone there who knows what you're going through and can lend a virtual hug, if you like.
Once people start logging into the website, it's only just launched, but once word starts to spread, what sort of support do you hope you will be able to offer through the internet and in terms of personal contact to other people?
The site has information on it, but I think the most important part of it is a forum where people can log on and they can talk to each other, and we'll be there to kind of oversee it and give support. I'm hoping that a lot of people will use it and will find the same sort of help that we have given each other. We don't live close to each other, so we don't see each other all the time, but we're always in touch with emails and phones, and we do meet regularly. And I'm hoping that that's what can provide for other people. Going forward, who knows, it could be a huge thing. That would be nice to think that there were a lot of people getting help from it.
And the website